Alright, good evening everybody. Welcome back to another round of Elite Blasters Fails. I'm your host, the player, and we are back with, well, another cracker pack. What we're doing here? Well, in case you missed the first two episodes, well, technically episode 1 and 0, I should say, I got myself a bundle of the newest edition in Magic the Gathering, which is Brothers War. And we will be cracking another pack. Well, basically, we're cracking one pack a day. And yeah, see what the content is. See, yeah, if I'm lucky, if I'm unlucky, I'll try to give some commentary on the cards, how I like them, how I don't like them, also about the artwork. Let's see if I will again take around 15 to 17 minutes as we did yesterday. But yeah, let's get this going, everybody. Over here we have our trusty little box. See, we already have the cards from the first pack. I'll just leave them together for now, because there was nothing super fair I needed to sleeve, I think. I mean, the foil, yeah, I was thinking about it. Let's take the next one out. And not waste any more time. So, in case I was wondering, those are set boosters, so there are less cards in them, but supposedly in, yeah, should make sure say it's up there. Slightly better quality, or not quality as in the card printing or something, but you know what I mean, like lightly more appealing cards. Hope the crackling of the booster is not too loud. This little bad boy up. Oh, we got a token this time around. Yeah, I see. Well then, our art card of the day. What the heck is that? Ooh, is that the Platinum Angel? That could be the Platinum Angel artwork. Can you see that? Photo. Yeah, that looks like Platinum Angel. Neat art. Wait, let me turn it around and we might see that. At it. Yeah, Platinum Angel by Ovidio Cartagena. Cartagena? I should try not butchering those names. That's a new one. We don't get any duplicates, that would also be a bit annoying. Yeah. And oh, we got the Caldrop Forest. Oh, what I called Caldrops. Since I didn't upload the episodes yet, I'm still actually in the process of editing the first two. Yeah. This one of him. I'm not sure what those are supposed to be, so in case anybody knows what those are supposed to represent, please let me know. Comments. We got another one of those beautiful Caldrop forests. Don't waste too much time with this. I mean, it's a pretty forest, don't get me wrong, but yeah. So we get Mishra's Domination. Oh, we're going to dominate people. Enchant creature for 1 colorless and red. Or 1 generic, I think you're saying it nowadays. Enchant creature. As long as you control enchanted creature, it gets +2/+2. Otherwise, it can't block. Oh, so it's either a removal or a boost. That's interesting. I think one of my enemies had that in his deck, but he never played it for whatever reason. Power radiated from the weak stone. Binding the dragon engine to Mishra's command. Yeah. This is supposed to be Mishra, and then apparently it's the dragon engine. Okay, okay. Take it. I'll show you guys see it. I will try to, I guess, make higher quality photos, because the camera currently does not pick it up at all. The focus. Yeah, I'll try to put pictures on the side here somewhere. You guys can actually see the cards in a bit more detail, or you can actually make it out. Looking artwork. Interesting card. I mean, it's a okay common, I guess. It's a limited, I guess. It's kind of okay. But nothing to write home about. I don't really think I have any deck where I would like to play. Like, granted, I mostly have casual and commander decks, but it's still nice. But nice artwork, and also not too bad. And we're staying on the theme apparently, because we got Weakstone Subjugation. So Mishra's casting another spell. This time a blue one. What's he doing? For 1 blue, another enchantment aura. Enchant artifact or creature. When Weakstone Subjugation enters the battlefield, you may pay 3. If you do, tap enchanted permanent. Okay. An enchanted permanent does not tap during cross untap. Oh, interesting. So technically you could get this for cheap out for 1. Probably if the permanent is already tapped, and if you still have to tap it manually, I guess you can pay 3 extra to actually tap it. Good thing is you only have to pay the free if it actually hits the battlefield. Like if it gets counted, and you don't have to. I guess it's an upgrade compared to some of the older spells that did something similar. I mean, the bottom part is pretty much very standard effect, I guess, but the top part, interesting because I think it's a bit pricier than when you usually cast, so I think it costs usually 3 mana to do that stuff. But I mean, you have the option here, so to get it cheap or yeah, do something with it. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. Yeah, and again, what is this booster? We're staying on the Mishra theme. You now have Mishra's Juggernaut, 5 mana, 5/3 trample, attacks each combat available. And it has Unearth, so it's 1 mana more expensive than the classic Juggernaut. For those who don't remember it, 4 mana, 5/3 has attack each combat available. Yeah, but you can unearth it. So basically, with unearthing, you can pay 5 and a colorless in this. Yeah, 5 cards. Nope. Warning. 5 colors in a red to return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's haste. And it gets exiled at the beginning of the next end step, or if it would leave the battlefield due to any other way. Interesting artwork. It looks like a bit of a bug actually, but its typing is still Juggernaut. Okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. I just see we're not even through the comments and we're already at 6 minutes, so that's not looking like I'm improving my time. Check out here. Okay, what do we have here? I really dig the artworks in this set. Deadly Reposed. 1 generic, 1 white, instant. Deadly Reposed deals 3 damage to target tapped creature and you gain 2 life. Ah, so it's kind of a white burn slash removal spell for creatures. It's 1 mana more expensive than Sunlands. Downside being that you can. I mean, it has. If I'm comparing it to Sunlands, there's both upsides in being, for example, being an instant, and you're also gaining life when doing it. But the downside, of course, being that you and also that you can actually target white creatures, because Sunlands can only burn non-white creatures. Also being it can now only target tapped creatures. This is a nice combat trick, and it can also be used defensively if you, for example, have a blocking creature. Yeah, on defenders, I mean if they are blocking creatures that can tap for effects. So interesting, interesting. Oh, we even have flavor text this time around again. Automatons are fast, precise, and tireless. But they all share one weakness. Predictability. Learn their patterns, strike when they are vulnerable. Orange. Urza's General. Okay. We got 1 Urza's card in here. Interesting. I don't know count actually, if I must say. Like look at that. We had so many. Like we had 3 Mishra themed cards. Only 1 Urza one. And we're at the uncommons already again. Gurgling Anointer. That's a Phyrexian Horror if I've seen one. Phyrexian Horror flying. 3 mana, 1/3. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Gurgling Anointer. Oh! One of my enemies actually had that one as well. I think that was the last round of the tournament. When Gurgling Anointer dies, return another target creature card with mana value less than or equal to Gurgling Anointer's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. So that's kind of sweet. Oh wait, it always remains straight to the battlefield. The interesting combination is basically the mana value corresponding to the power. That is actually kinda interesting. I can see that being played. Even think if I can squeeze that into 1 or 2 of my decks. That is actually interesting. I could even see me playing that in Alesha as another redundant reanimation target, as well as stuff that gets bigger when I sack, for example, cards. Yeah, that's a cool guy. No flavor text and poor little soldier down there. You guys can see that actually. Actually, this card seems to be picked up slightly better than the last ones, but I'll still try to make it. Yep, see. For a second, the camera actually was very focused. I need to see if I can maybe put up a manual focus for the next few times when we do this. Alright, let's see. Oh, cool. I really dig this one. Oh, A spotted Topter. Now that's a huge Topter if I've seen one. And for me, Topter always is synonymous with the Ornithopter, which is a cute little 0-mana 0/2 flying. But hey, this is definitely not an Ornithopter. This is an 8-mana 4/5 flying. Oh, correction. It also has prototypes, so it can either be for 8 generic mana, it can be a colorless 4/5 flying, or for 3 generic and 1 blue, it can be 2/3 flying. And this blue. When spotted Topter enters the battlefield, scry X when X is its power. Ooh. Neat. That's not bad. If you can blink that, you can get some nice scry in there. If you blink it, it should no longer return as the prototype or as the normal version as well. Actually, I could put that, if I build it up again, I could put that into my Isperia deck. Because I want searches for flying creatures anyway, and if I can't blink that, so I would play it as this cheap version, scry 2, and then hopefully blink it to get the big version and another scry. Yeah. Or if you cheat it into play somehow. I mean, would you really cheat this or another beta? I don't know. But a cool card nonetheless. But again, we have the similar issue with the dragon, like 8 mana for 5 each. You put it in cheap because I think, at least for me, but then again, as I was saying already while playing the game with the lads on the Saturday nights, for me, the old power toughness from the olden days still kind of holds true in the back of my head. So 4 mana, 2/3 flying still sounds good. I mean, nowadays everybody would just scoff at that, I guess. But I like it. Oh, and talk about Topters. We have a Topter mechanic. Hello, girl. So she costs 1 generic, 1 blue. Creature human artificer, 2/1. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on the Topter mechanic. So she's similar to the Guttering Anointer, or the Gurgling Anointer. And when she dies, you create 1 colorless Topter artifact creature token with flying. Okay. I mean, for a second I was hoping that she would make more the more counters she has, but I guess they could get abused way too easily. So yeah. Still nice, so she can replace herself, so it's a nice jump blocker that leaves another 1/1 body afterwards that even has evasion. And if she's allowed to stay on the board, she can even grow. Unfortunately, she's no wizard, that's a bit of a bummer. If she would be a wizard, I definitely would know 1 or 2 decks where I would like to play her. Okay. And what does she say? You want me to install a seat belt? Please. You'll be lucky to get a seat. Oof. So not up to safety standards, I see how it is. And another Topter, so we have 3 Topter engines here. We have a lot of Misha and a lot of Topter, I see. Topter Architect. 4 mana, 3 generic and 1 white in total. Human Artificer, 2/3. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gains flying until end of turn. Okay. Now, I would play this really in an equipment deck. I mean, you could, but I guess there are better options. So I'm not sure what you want to do with him. It's not a bad. It should be a her. Wait, I think it's actually supposed to be a her. No, I was thinking I thought it was a dude. Okay. Should only fly once. Make it count. Gotcha, girl. Alright. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. So the chromatic star. I don't like that they reprint that thing nowadays as uncommon, because back in the day those were commons. But yeah, having it in the old frame. Actually, the artwork even works with the old frame, because sometimes I'm a bit worried about the new card artworks not working properly with the old, because back in the day the paintings were more like hand-drawn, or at least they looked more hand-drawn. Actually, I think this looks pretty good. In case anybody does not know the Chromatic Star, it's a 1-mana artifact. You can pay 1 generic and tap it, and sacrifice it, and then you get 1 mana of any color. So basically it filters 1 mana or 1 generic into any color you're choosing. And when it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card. So yeah, even if you sacrifice it, you can benefit. That's sweet. I like that. Ooh. What's that? Argov! Oh, by the way, in case anybody has watched the other video, Argov was the place I was talking about with the overgrown thing, and it was not technically Gaia, but more like her avatar, Titania, that was there. So I kind of fuffled a bit in the first video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then maybe it's better. I made a few oopsies there. So man, what do? Argov, Sanctum of Nature, enters the battlefield tapped, unless you control a legendary green creature. Yeah, so from Commander, that's basically like a forest. I mean, yes, I know it doesn't have to type forest, but you know, it can come into play untapped and adds green. And for 4 mana and tap, create a 2/2 green VA creature token, then mill 3 cards. It only has sorcery. Okay, so it can make dudes, but it cannot make jump blockers, or not surprise jump blockers. And it melts with Titania Voice of Gaia, so it can turn into a double card. Okay, cool. I really like the art, like the misty forest there. If you've seen that, but you already see the factories creeping out in the background. Also the ring structure we saw before, one of the other cards. I think it was one of the basic. I think the swamp basic we saw that. Those are the factories that we saw on the mountain. I guess those are Urza's factories and those maybe Mishra's, or maybe I'm mixing the two up. I don't know. Shall we take a look at part of the back of the card? It is. Oh, it's the bottom part. So we don't even know the artwork, but yeah, let's see. It will turn into a legendary creature, elemental avatar. Vigilance, Reach, Trample, Haste. Ooh, already sounds pretty sexy to me. And it starts with a land, so unless the Titania Voice of Gaia is super expensive. That's not too bad. Titania Gaia Incarnate's Power and Toughness. So the complete thing will be called Titania Gaia's Incarnate. And her power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. They're pretty standard for an elemental. The good thing is she already has Trample, and she has Vigilance, and Haste, and Reach. So all the good stuff from green, and technically also a bit of red in there, because I still see Haste as a red ability, not a green one, even though Wizards wants us to make that believe. Same as Vigilance for me still is white. Okay. And when Titania enters the battlefield, return all land cards from your graveyard to battlefield tapped. If I get the second half, I kinda know already 2 decks where I could likely play that. One would be my Rebuild Borbogiomos, which is my green-red draw, discard, land deck. So basically I draw land, I discard lands. That could be really cool in there, because I mean then she can also reanimate them, I hope. And for 4 mana, put 4+1/+1 cards on target land you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. I mean the abilities are pretty standard. Don't get me wrong, they're good abilities. Standard for an avatar, I should say, of nature nowadays. Or maybe back in the day, something like that. So it's basically a greatest hits, I should say, of all the good. It has the power toughness from Homaro. It has the token or the land reanimation thing for I think the Zendika avatar thing. Returning lands, I think. Was there one elemental that did that? And of course the reach trample stuff, like some of the I don't know what its name was, but was it the Might of Gaia? I think it was the Might of Gaia that had that. A really cool land. I dig it. And I just see we have another foil. Oop. And then the token. Let's take a look at the foil quickly. Blanchwood Prowler. 1 green, 1 generic. It's a 1/1 elemental. When Blanchwood Prowler enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. Another self-mill card. You may put a land card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, spawn convoy instead. So it can be a for 2 mana 2/2 technically. 2/2. Or it can sift the land from top to the library and put stuff into your graveyard. So in green black, maybe even green blue, depending on how you build it. I could see that. Actually, the artwork is really pretty. It almost looks like it's transforming, but I definitely can see the elemental parts. That is really sweet. Sweet artwork. I mean, unfortunately, again, no flavor text or anything like that. It's not bad, but with a lot of those cards similar to the Argot thing, I kind of wish I still had my one casual deck that was the green-blue one that when... Was it when Innistrad came out? I think that was when Innistrad came out with a few of the green creatures that could self-mill, more of the blue creatures that could self-mill. I had a funny deck there, actually. It was very risky because it could just kill itself outright by milling, but it was fun. I mean, granted, I traded it for a lot of cards in because the guy really liked my deck, and I don't know. What is the list? The list is, well, 1 in 4 set boosters sends a card handpicked from Magic's history. Learn more about set boosters over here. So we want. And we got the bears. We have the token for the thing. Or Agov. Unless there are 2 tokens, I don't know. Hey, it brought its own land token. Yeah, land token. Nah, wish I had a land token. That's a cool looking bear. And it apparently has trash. I guess that's one of Urzo's machines actually, because the design looks more like Royal Imperial. And I think that's more the style that Urzo was going for. But yeah, I dig it. Yeah, that was our second pack, everybody. Yeah. Is it better? I kind of feel like, because I at least like the rare more than the other one. I mean, the token generating one was also not bad, the soldier we got yesterday. But I don't know, I kind of like this one a bit more. I mean, we have a few more cooler creatures. Like yesterday we had only those big chunky uncommon guys. For example, now we have some interesting guys. I really like the Topter mechanic and the Gurgling Anointer. Topter, I kind of want to play it, but I know that my Breya will not fit it, and some others will not either, so... And the Topter Arctic, I'm really struggling to think what I would like to do with that one. That's pretty sweet. I will definitely put the Argov into those transparent sleeves later on, because yeah, it's a double side. I should not... The problem is, for me, it feels like here is more natural to hold them, because here I always have to stretch out my arms so you guys can still see them. Because the keyboard is in front of me. But yeah, how did this land? That's only a rare, so we might even pick more of those up. But let's see. Anyways, that's all we've got time for today. I see the time is way too long, so maybe I need to do some cutting, or I just need to hurry up the next few times. Let's see about that. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you had some fun with me. And yeah, we see each other again in the next one tomorrow. Or well, whenever I release them. I hope I make the editing later on time. If not, well, we might run a bit of an editing pickle. But yeah, that's tomorrow's me's problem. Bye, guys.